Hello, and welcome. Tonight, we're going to spend the next half hour exploring the world of economics in a calm and relaxing way. There is no need to take notes, remember definitions, or focus on every detail. Simply listen. Allow your mind to slow down as we gently explore some of the ideas that shape the modern world. Economics often sounds complicated, filled with charts, numbers, and technical language. But at its heart, economics is really about people. It is about the choices we make every day, the coffee we buy, the homes we live in, the jobs we choose, the way we save, the way we spend, and even the dreams we hope to achieve in the future. So settle in, take a slow breath, get comfortable, and let's begin. Chapter 1: What economics really is. When most people hear the word economics, they imagine stock markets, banks, or government budgets. But economics begins somewhere much simpler. Imagine you wake up tomorrow morning. You have 24 hours available. You have some money in your wallet. You have energy, skills, and attention. All of these things are resources, and because these resources are limited, you must make choices. You can spend an hour reading a book, or watching a movie, or going for a walk. You cannot do all three at the exact same moment. Every choice means giving up another possibility. Economics is the study of these choices. One of the most important ideas in economics is scarcity. Scarcity does not mean there is nothing available. It simply means there is not an unlimited amount. Time is scarce. Money is scarce. Land is scarce. Even attention is scarce. Because resources are limited, choices become necessary. And because choices are necessary, economics exists. In a way, economics is the story of how humans deal with limits. It helps explain why cities grow, why companies compete, why prices change, and why people behave the way they do. The next time you decide whether to save money or spend it, remember that you are participating in economics, not as a student, not as an investor, but simply as a human being making a choice. Chapter 2: The Long Journey of Money. Now, let's imagine a time long before banks existed, a time before coins, before paper bills, before credit cards, before smartphones. Thousands of years ago, people traded directly with one another. A farmer might exchange wheat for shoes. This system is called barter, but it creates problems. What if the fisherman needs wood, but the carpenter already has enough fish? Over time, different communities adopted different forms of money: shells, salt, silver, gold, eventually, paper currency. But there is something interesting about money. Its value depends largely on trust. A piece of paper has little value by itself. Trust is one of the invisible foundations of modern civilization. Without trust, even the strongest currency would struggle. Chapter 3: Why prices change. Have you ever noticed that things seem more expensive than they used to be? A meal, a cup of coffee, a movie ticket. Over time, prices often rise. Economists call this inflation. Inflation is the general increase in prices over time. There are many reasons inflation can occur. Sometimes people have more money to spend. Sometimes businesses face higher costs. Sometimes resources become harder to obtain. When demand increases faster than supply, prices often rise. Imagine a small bakery with 10 cakes. If 30 people want those 10 cakes, customers may be willing to pay more. The bakery recognizes the increased demand and raises prices. The same idea can apply across large parts of the economy. Moderate inflation is generally considered normal. In many countries, small price increases occur year after year. This often reflects growth in economic activity. However, inflation that becomes too high can create difficulties. People may find that their income buys less than before. Savings may lose purchasing power. Daily expenses become more challenging. This is why central banks pay close attention to inflation. Their goal is often to keep prices relatively stable, not perfectly frozen, just stable enough. Just stable enough that people can plan for the future with confidence. And confidence is one of the most valuable ingredients in any economy. Chapter 4. Understanding interest rates. Imagine that money could be rented in many ways. That's exactly what interest rates represent. When you borrow money, you pay a fee for using someone else's funds. That fee is called interest. When you save money in a bank, the bank may pay you interest as compensation. Interest rates influence many parts of life. They affect mortgages, business loans, savings accounts, investments, and even consumer spending. When interest rates are low, borrowing becomes more attractive. People may feel encouraged to buy homes or start businesses. Companies may invest in new projects. Economic activity increases. When interest rates rise, borrowing becomes more expensive. People may spend less and save more. Businesses may postpone expansion plans. Economic activity can slow down. Think of interest rates as a gentle control system, not unlike adjusting the flow of water through a pipe. Too much flow can create pressure. Too little flow can reduce activity. Policymakers attempt to find a balance, a level that supports growth while helping keep inflation under control. It is not an easy task, but it is one of the most important responsibilities in modern economies. Chapter 5. The power of supply and demand. One of the most famous ideas in economics is supply and demand. Despite its importance, the concept is surprisingly simple. Demand represents how much people want something. Supply represents how much of that thing exists. When demand increases and supply remains limited, prices often rise. When supply increases and demand remains stable, prices often fall. Imagine a peaceful island where only one person grows oranges. If oranges become extremely popular, more people will want them. The grower may increase prices. Now imagine several new farmers begin growing oranges as well. Supply increases. Customers have more choices. Competition grows. Prices may decrease. This simple interaction takes place constantly throughout the world. It influences food, clothing, technology, housing, transportation, and much more. Millions of consumers and producers make decisions every day. Together, these choices create signals. Prices act like messages. Most people do not think about supply and demand while shopping. Yet these forces quietly shape many of the prices we encounter every day. Chapter 6. Why some people become wealthy. Many people wonder why wealth accumulates differently among individuals. There are countless reasons: education, opportunity, discipline, timing, luck, and many others. But one idea often appears in discussions about wealth: the difference between consuming and investing. Imagine two people receive the same amount of money. One spends it immediately. The other purchases an asset. Years pass. The outcomes begin to diverge. One of the most powerful concepts related to wealth building is compound growth. Regardless of its origins, the idea itself remains remarkable. Compound growth occurs when gains begin generating additional gains. A small amount grows. Then the growth itself continues growing. At first, the progress seems almost invisible. Months pass. Little changes. Years pass. The increase becomes noticeable. Decades pass. The results can become dramatic. Nature offers a useful comparison. A tree does not become enormous overnight. It grows slowly, steadily, one season after another. Wealth often develops in a similar way, not through sudden leaps, but through consistent habits repeated over long periods of time. Chapter 7: The Economy as a Living System. When we think about economies, it is helpful to imagine something alive. A century ago, many jobs common today did not exist. Software developers, social media managers, app designers, data scientists. A century ago, many jobs common today did not exist. Software developers, social media managers, app designers, data scientists. Economic systems continuously transform. Innovation plays a major role in this process. These innovations increase productivity. When productivity improves, societies can often enjoy higher standards of living. More goods, better services, greater efficiency. Much of modern prosperity has been built upon centuries of innovation. The economy is not a machine. It is like a river, always flowing. As we reach the end of our journey tonight, let's take a moment to reflect. Economics is not just about money. It is about choices, resources, trust, time, growth. We've explored scarcity, history of money, inflation, interest rates, supply and demand. These concepts may seem large, but they begin with simple human experiences. The choices we make, the value we create, the trust we place in one another. Now, as the day comes to an end, allow these thoughts to drift gently into the background. Just enjoy the calm understanding. It is woven into daily life all around us. Take another slow breath. Relax your shoulders. Let your mind become quiet. And allow yourself to rest. Thank you for listening. Good night, and sleep well.